So hello everyone, welcome to Average Technologies. So in the previous video, we have created the login, sign up and home screen for the to-do application. So in this application, we will connect our front end with the back end. So let's get started. So at first, I will go to our utils folder. I will create a file base URL dot. So here I'll create a constant string base URL equals to http colon, here will be our IP address and to-dos, because we have created a folder in SDOS with the name to-dos. So for the IP address, we have to go to our control command prompt and IP config. So here we can see our IP address. Let's copy this address and paste it here. So let's double check our folder name. So I'll go to here. So it is to-dos. Yeah. So we have to-dos. So it will be our base URL. And let's create a custom snack bar that is provided by the GetX. For that, we will create a file custom snack bar dot. So we'll have a custom snack bar. It will receive a title, message and type. So here we'll import get dot snack bar. So it will have title and message, and it will also accept a position snack position dot button. So let's make it top and background color will be, if type will be of here, then we will have colors dot red, else colors dot green. Let's import material colors and our color text will be colors dot white. Let's save this. Now let's go to our sign up screen and we will initialize our controller here. To get started with our GetX, let's go to our controller. Let's create a controller for our sign up. For that, I'll create a new file, sign up controller dot. So here I'll create a class, sign up controller extends GetX controller. So for the sign up, we will need 6 controllers, text editing controllers in total. So let's create here. So for that, so we have a text editing controller with name controller, contact, address, email, password, and confirm password. So when the controller is first initialized, it will be on init. So we will just initialize our controllers with name controller equals to text editing controller and like so, and we will dispose our controllers on close. So we will dispose our controllers like name controller dot dispose. So now let's save this. Let's move to our sign up controller sign up screen. So here let's inject the dependency final sign up controller equals to get dot put sign up controller. So we can inject our controller or dependency using get dot put. So in the routes, let's remove the constant because it is not constant anymore. Let's save this and let's wrap our column with builder. Let's change this builder to get builder and we will be accepting sign up controller and controller. So we can use this controller to access the value from our sign up controller. So in our name, so we will have our controller dot name controller. It is not constant. So let's copy this. Let's paste here, and here. Let's remove the constant and it will be our address controller. It will be our contact controller. It will be our email controller. Similarly, our password controller and our confirm password controller. Let's save this. So when the sign up button is clicked, so we will controller dot. So let's check the sign up. Let's check the values first. For that, check sign up. Let's run this. Let's save this. We do not have check sign up function currently, so we will be creating that. So in here, check sign up. If name controller dot text dot is empty, then custom snack bar. I think I have made some mistake. Custom snack bar. So custom snack bar. So title, message, and error, and we will return this. Sorry. Else if our address controller dot text dot is empty, then we'll do the same. Sorry. Address is required. Let's remove this return for now. Copy, contact, paste, email controller.text that is empty, or get utils dot is email and tab. Email controller dot text is if false, then we will run error. A valid email is required. So same for the password. Password is required, and if password.text is not equals to confirm password.text, then it's not equals to confirm password.text, then password, and so let's just make password does not match. So else we will make our sign up request So for that, sign up, it will be async, and we will make HTTP request in our sign up. So else get dot so overlay, and it will a function sign up comma loading widget will be. So the loading widget will be, let's create our loading widget. In the widget, let's create loader dot scale loader. Let's import the material and center child circular progress indicator, and let's save this, and we will take that as a loader. Let's save this. So before writing the code for HTTP request to make sign up, let's check this validation. Let's save all of our code. Let's click sign up, and it's not working because sign up, check sign up, if sign up with the name controller that text that is empty, and his name is empty. So let's refresh our application. So let's go to the sign up and press sign up. Here name is required. So if I paste user and try to sign up, then it says address is required and so on. So let's write our code to make a sign up. So for that, we have to go to our API and in our sign up to see what it is accepting. So name, contact, address, email, and password. So here very well, we are response equals to await http dot, it will be a post request, and URI dot parse. We have a base URL, base URL plus sign up dot PHP. So let's import the HTTP with import package HTTP dot is HTTP. Let's save this. In the body, we will need name will be our name controller dot text. So let's go to our sign up, name, contact, address, email, and password. Name, contact, address, email, and password. So contact, address, email, and password. So var res equals to await JSON decode response.body. Let's import JSON. Oh, sorry. If response is a success, then custom snack bar success, I am successful, and it will be of type success, and of all named get routes dot login, else custom snack bar, it will be an error with the response of the message that we will send here. Let's do the same for our success part. Let's save this, let's give it a try. Let's check our setup is or our server is working or not. I'll go to collection, tool, and the login. Let's send, and our login is working. That means our server is working. So let's sign up a user for our application. So the name will be test user, the address will be Nepal for now, contact will be 98, some random number, email test 3 because test and test 2 is already exist at gmail.com. Password will be test, password will be test, and let's sign up. So sign up successful. Let's go to our database, and in our users we have test user. So our sign up is successful with the application. So now let's try this with our login. So for the login, let's create a controller. Login controller.dart. So it will be a class login controller extends. Extends GetX controller and lead text editing controller will be email controller and password controller. So on init we will just email controller dot equals to text editing controller and our password controller. On close we will have our email controller dot dispose. Similarly, password controller dot dispose. Let's create a check login also. So here we will check our email and password. For that, I'll go to our sign up and email and password part. I'll come here, paste that, custom snack bar, save that. Else, so login. So we'll get our login. Loader will be loader. So login, it will be async, and so let's go to our sign up controller. Let's copy all of this, copy the code and paste it. It will be login.php. Let's import the base URL. We won't need the name, contact, and address. We only need email and password. So let's go over here. Let's copy this HTTP. Let's come to the login and paste it here. So you get routes and JSON. If our login is successful, then we will go to our home page. Save this. So let's try. I'll go to our login screen and I'll remove the constant from here. Similarly, from here, I'll go to our login screen and final login controller equals to get dot put login controller. So I'll wrap my column with the builder. Let's make this builder a get builder with of type login controller, and our context will be controller. I'll go to our email and controller will be controller dot email controller. We cannot have constant here. Let's move that, copy and paste. Email controller will be password controller, and we will not let this happen now because controller dot check login. Let's save this and okay, let's save all of this. So hot restart is needed. Refresh the whole application. So our application is refreshed. So let's try to log in. It says a valid image is required. So let's give it a test@gmail.com and password test. So I try to log in and it's successful login and we are redirected to the home. But the problem here will be, so when I refresh my application, I want the user to go directly to the home if he or she is already logged in. But in our current state, so every time the application is closed and open, then the user is redirected to the login page. So for that, we will need to store the login credentials or the credentials that we accept from the login response. We have to store that response in our local storage. So for that, I will go to the utils and I will create a file shared pref.dart. I'll create a class shared prefs. So here I will create some of the method like store user. It will accept a user and it will be a asynchronous function. So shared preference prefs equals to shared preference target instance. So I will just store the user into our shared preference. So shared preference means our local storage. So get user will be a kind of same, copy and paste. It will be get user and I will return our pref.get string with the key user. So for removing a user, remove user. So remove and of key user. So let's save this. I will go to our login controller. So in the login controller, after our successful login, I will. So first of all, we will also need a model user model. So for that, I will go to our backend. I will copy this and I will go to a site JSON to Dart. So here I'll copy and it will be user generate copy Dart code. Let's go to our application. In the model, let's create a user.dart. Let's paste it over here. Let's save this. In the login screen, I will say user equals to, let's import the user and user dot from JSON our data, because from our response, sorry, it's user and we'll store this user in our shared preference. So for that, await shared prefs dot store user JSON dot encode user. Let's save this. And we'll also have to check something when the login controller is first initialized. Let's check user synchronous and we'll check user var user equals to shared prefs.get user. If I will not be user and we don't need that user there. Uh, so get user, if the user is equal not equals to null, then let's go to get dot of all name, get routes dot home. Let's say this. So I will log in again. So test at the rate gmail.com and paste login. Login successful. And so I'll refresh my page. Let's see. So the user is directly redirected to our home page. So we have completed our login and sign up using GetX, and we have connected our login and sign up with the backend. So for the to-do part, we will be working that on our next video. So thank you. Subscribe the channel.